Hey there, this is Anne Marie, the Anti-HR lady, and I just wanted to make a short video to talk about the importance of addressing Black women's trauma in the workplace and the importance of you doing whatever you need to do to separate yourself from workplaces that are inflicting psychological trauma on you. I'm sure that all of you have seen the news recently about Antoinette Candia Bailey. She was the Vice President of Academic Affairs, and the story of her suicide after being allegedly exposed to an ongoing hostile work environment was in the news, usually first picked up by the Black media, and then some national news picked it up. She was a Vice President for Academic Affairs at Lincoln University in Missouri, and she was being supervised by a newly hired president of the university, a white male. Don't ask me how and why a white male was appointed as president of a historically Black college and university. That's a conversation for a whole other video. But due to the treatment that she experienced, she decided to take her life. And she had expressed her distress in terms of her work environment. He terminated her based on reports, and she'd gone to the board or written to the board, asked for help. No one did anything. There have been student protests, there have been think pieces, there have been all these things written about the situation and what should or shouldn't have been done. And I'm not really going to get into that except to say that, you know, I'm deeply sad to have read about it. I've been traveling. I was aware of the story. I thought a lot about whether or not I would say anything about it, but I decided that I would. I'm not surprised at all by the story, and I don't think that she's the first or the last person who has felt this way and felt the need to do what she did. She's just probably one of the people who openly left enough information behind for people to know that what she did was in direct response to what had happened to her. But I'm pretty sure she's not the only person who has decided to take these kinds of measures because they felt that they didn't have any other choice. And so, first of all, my condolences go to her family, because I can't imagine what this must be like for them. I really hope that the university will take the necessary steps to address this. At a minimum, in my opinion, the president of the university should be removed. I know they said they put him on leave last I read. I don't think that's good enough. I think the students and others need to put whatever pressure is necessary to have him removed from his position. But more importantly, I wanted to talk about the fact that this is not a unique situation in terms of how Black women have to experience a lot of workplaces, and especially the climate right now where Black women, in my opinion, are under attack. Professional Black women in positions of leadership are under attack. I think that a lot of the Kevins and the Karens feel empowered right now to come after Black people at work, especially Black women. And because we are overrepresented in positions of leadership, because we are the highest educated sector of our community, then I think that they're feeling emboldened and empowered to come for us. And that is causing even more trauma than some of us may even have been experiencing before. I'm definitely seeing it in the DMs and the communications that I'm getting from people who want to talk to me about their work environments, as well as the comments on my videos. There's something going on. And so I really want to urge those of us who are facing these situations to act. You know, as I always talk about, recognizing racism, documenting it, then effectively reporting it and cashing out of those situations. The climate in the United States is only getting worse and worse, in my opinion, and it's not going to get better for communities of color and specifically Black people in the workplace. It's going to get worse because certain people are feeling very emboldened to say the quiet things out loud, to act on their prejudices in the workplace and everywhere else. And so I think it's very important for us to try to do whatever we can to protect our mental health and to protect ourselves. And so I often get asked, well, what should I do? First and foremost, you need to decide to leave. It's not a question of whether you're going to leave. You have to decide to leave and then think about how you are going to leave and seek to leave on your own terms. Do not subject yourself to these kinds of work environments. For many of us, we just feel these loyalties and responsibilities to remain in these environments and fight. And what I'm saying you need to do is fight for yourself and not fight to stay in these roles where people are subjecting you to mental trauma. Because over time, it really does take a toll, and not everyone is able to withstand the toll that it takes. And so it's really important to protect your mental health and to remove yourself from these types of situations. There is absolutely no job that is worth your life. There is no job that exists that is worth leaving your family and leaving the people that love you. So I really hope that if you feel like you can relate and what happened to Dr. Bailey resonates with you, that you will take the necessary action to remove yourself. If you feel you're being subjected to discrimination in your workplace, please enroll in my online course, follow the steps that I take you through, and cash out. If you feel that you're being bullied or are being subjected to other hostile work, but you cannot tie it to discrimination, I still encourage you to leave. You can find another job. This idea that you got to stay in these jobs and you don't have other options is a lie that you tell yourself and a lie that capitalism tells you. And I'm telling you, there is always another job. There is always another opportunity. So do not feel that you have to stay in these situations and just take it. Recognize, document, report, and negotiate your way out if it is discrimination. If you cannot prove discrimination, but you're just being subjected to a work environment that is taking a mental toll on you, please get out of it. Don't stay and just take it till you can't take it anymore. That is not the way to go. I really, really hope that those of us who are paying attention to this particular story will take some lessons from it. And if you know someone that you think is going through it in a job, be supportive. Ask them to watch my videos, offer them advice, and advise them to get out. We really need to stop trying to be super women. We need to stop feeling like we have to be the sacrificial lambs for everything and everyone, and start putting ourselves first as women, especially as Black women. And so I really hope that that is a lesson that we can take away from this, is that you don't owe it to anyone to stay in an environment that's harming you. And so do not stay in there till you get to the point where you just don't feel like there's any hope and you can't take it anymore. There's no job that deserves your life. This is Anne-Marie, the anti-HR HR lady. I want to remind you that HR is not your enemy, but they're definitely not your friend. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.